is when the Haitian community is when people say, "Ou femme songe Linda," you know? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm there yet, but I'll try to get there. So, former State Senator Linda Forry is going to share some words with us, so thank you.
Let's give it up for Councilor at Large, Ruthzee Louijeune. Come on, y'all. I'm going to say Ruthzee is there. Can we say that, y'all? But it is wonderful to be with all of you today. Moi content que nous sommes là aujourd'hui. Alors, un bel jour pour nous faire célébration drapeau Haïti. Nous venons ensemble. It is a beautiful sunny day to celebrate Haitian culture and our flag. And it's really, really an honor. But I want to thank Ruthzee for her leadership. You know, I left office 4 years ago. And to see this incredible woman, you know, leading the path and being proud to be Haitian, right? And really representing this community, but representing all of Boston. She's not here just for the Haitian community, though she speaks Haitian Creole, but she's representing all of us, and that's what's beautiful. And as she does this work every day, I have to recognize a couple of folks, you know, her colleagues in government, right? Her councilor members who are here supporting the Haitian community, supporting our work and supporting our love. I see City Council President Ed Flynn is here with us. Thank you for being here. I see City Councilor Michael Flaherty is here with us. Thank you for being here. City Councilor Aaron Murphy, thank you for being here. City Councilor Rob Consalvo sitting right there. Thank you, Rob. Oh, State Representative, of course. Former City Councilor Rob Consalvo, now State Representative. I see City Councilor Ricardo Arroyo's here. Thank you for being here, Ricardo. City Councilor Kenzie Bach is here with us. Thank you. I see City Councilor Julia Mejia is here. Thank you, Julia. I see City Councilor Brian Worrell. Thank you, Brian, for being here with us. But this work doesn't just, I got you. This work doesn't just end with the city, right? You know, there's our state partners too. Can we say that? I had this roll call down. Oh, did you really? Oh, God. Okay. I didn't know. Okay, so she's going to do it. I wasn't sure, so you do the rest. Okay, Brandy, Spoker, Oakley, State Rep. Come on. And then Liz Miranda was here, which is fantastic. And then so many others. But you know, this work is important. Merci, Charlot, for the history, right? Thank you, Charlot, for the history. And thank you for the Council General. But there's a lot of issues that are impacting our community, right? A lot of issues. And, you know, we're here in this country, yes, but even back home, as Ruthzee said, right? As Haitian Americans, the diaspora, we support our Haitian families in Haiti. We do. I do it every month because my parents dit Linda, nous mettons en fait cotisation, nous mettons ensemble pour nous voyer Haïti pour famille. Let's gamble, let's put together our money because we're going to send it back to help those that are in Haiti. And so as we do this work here, we know City Councilor Ruthzee is going to be leading in our work also on the national stage as a member of the National Haitian American Elected Officials Network, and really focusing on how do we do better, our great America, do better by Haiti, and how do we support people on the ground too. But I just want to thank you all, because there's a lot of folks here who's also running for office, right, who are of Haitian descent. Okay, Ruthzee got y'all. She's going to get y'all. She's going to get all y'all. But I'm going to say this. It is an honor. But it's so wonderful to see this amazing person come in the footsteps, right, of Marie St. Fleur, who led the way, who could not be here today, right? And to see HAU want to thank you and lift up Haitian Americans United, because they've been in this work for a long time. I know Kiki's the chair, but I want to say thank you to Wilner and Marie Auguste, who founded HAU, right, which is important. And we hope that all of you still stay connected, join in the parade, but more importantly, when Councilor Ruthzee Louijeune calls us and says, this is the issue I'm going to be focusing on, we need you to be there with her. So when we talk about COVID, and I'm going to end on this, COVID is real, okay? COVID is real. And folks in our community are not necessarily getting vaccinated. So we need you to go out there and tell people to get vaccinated. I'm double vaccinated and boosted. So is my husband and my son. But just the other day, they tested positive for COVID. Me and my daughters are negative. And I say this to you all, for our elder population, for the people that we love, that we stand on their shoulder, let's get vaccinated for our families. Let's get vaccinated and say we need to do it. I need all of y'all to do that, because we know there is an issue around vaccination in our community in particular. Other communities too, but since we're celebrating Haiti and our drapeau, nous voulons parler de futur nous voulons parler de qui nous parlons vivre ensemble. Et bien si nous ne pas là avec nous aujourd'hui, yo pas là avec nous dans 2 mois, dans 6 mois, qui je n'a fait célébration ça? Il pas fait sens. On met tête nous ensemble, nous éclaircis, pas vrai? Nous ici, on prend piquet. Merci.
Linda, you sure you're done? You don't want to run for nothing no more? You good? You're good? She's a natural. Trying to take my job with the shout out. Same with Pastor Kiki. So there are a lot of folks in the house, and I just want to make sure that we show love to everyone. A lot of them my colleagues in service, a lot of whom have a deep history. I want to start with, so you see this event possible. I did not do it on my own. I want to start with our council president, Ed Flynn. He was here. Did he leave? Well, just clap for Ed Flynn. He's one of the sponsors of this breakfast. Without him, this would not have been possible. Also, Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson, who represents District 7 in Roxbury. Councilor Brian Worrell, what's here? Councilor Kenzie Bach is here. Councilor Michael Flaherty. Councilor Julia Mejia. Councilor Ricardo Arroyo. State Senator Nick Collins. I don't know if he's here, but I know Gordon Crispin is here and was helpful for our staff. State Representative Liz Miranda, who was also here earlier. Representative Rob Consalvo. Representative Russell Holmes, I'm not sure if he's here, but I know that he may be on his way. Representative Brandy Fluker Oakley. Former State Senator Diane Wilkerson. The Reverend Culpepper, Minion Culpepper. And I know that we have staff from some of our congressional delegation who couldn't be with us here, but Senator Warren, one of my former bosses, we have Farah Dori here from her office. We have folks here from Senator Markey's office. Our Congresswoman who is always fighting on behalf of the Haitian community. Our senators are too. Ayanna Presley is a fierce, fierce advocate for Haitians in the 7th Congressional District. So I want to show her love. I want to show love to Sandy Zamora-Kalitz, running for Suffolk County Sheriff. Tanisha Sullivan, president of the NAACP, was here earlier, candidate for Secretary of State. We have folks from outside of the state of Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Neva Lafortune, who is a council member in Providence and running for mayor of Providence. Neva, if you could just say hello and wave to folks. We out here, you guys. We have Eunice Ziegler, who's a city councilor in Methuen, who's running for state senate as well. So I just love that we have so much talent and beauty in our community and so much allyship out here. Really, this work for our community means that we have to show up and uplift each other. You know, it's sometimes annoying when people are like, oh, I need your help, but this is how we build our power, right? The 3rd largest Haitian community is right here in Boston, and we need to lean into that. It's a shame that I am the first, but I will not be the last. There is so much talent here, and it is up to us to really build that talent. Oh, I'm sorry, the Suffolk County District Attorney, Kevin Hayden, is here. You want to say hello? Tamisha Seville, who's running for state representative, is also here, also a Haitian woman. Did I get everyone? Okay. So I want to thank everyone for being here. I also want to welcome up Michel Denis, who is the Haitian liaison for the city of Boston, to just give a few remarks. So Michel?
Good afternoon. I'm so happy I see a lot of beautiful people right here. And I'm glad the fact that we are one people, one Haitian, and I believe that if we can do better, and we're gonna do better because even though my country, the country that I really love, there are a lot of chaos, but you guys here, you represent the country. I can see that because of you, Haiti gonna be better, and because of you, you guys, Haiti gonna be the best ever. And for the kids, for me, for Ruthzee Louijeune, for Brianna Miller, for Jessica Pierre, for Phyllis, and I believe that anything that we do here is gonna reflect our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michel, and thank you for all the work that you do on behalf of the Haitian community here from inside the City Hall. Since our former State Senator Forry was talking about vaccinations, just want to reiterate it is critically important that we continue to encourage our people to get vaccinated. And Pastor Kiki just wanted to make one more announcement.
Thank you so much, Councilor. So I just want to invite you this Sunday, not only to the parade, but we have a Health Equity Day that same day. We want to take equity now and beyond, working with all the with the city and also the medical providers to be in the park to not only to give vaccination and COVID testing, but also to connect the community with all wrap-around services, routine exam. So invite all of you to be with us this coming Sunday from 1 to 6 at the Harambee Park. And thank you so much, Reverend Culpepper from the Black Ministerial Alliance to be with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I want to give some final shout outs to some of, we have pate here, we have wonderful food here. I want to just shout out some of the businesses. A lot of local businesses are really the ones who made this event happen. En fin, notre business, c'est eux-mêmes qui fait aujourd'hui possible. I want to thank Aubert Show Bakery in Mattapan. If you know, you know. Cafe Juice Up, who provided us with the vegan patties. Full color events planning. We have with us Randolph Town Councilor Natasha Pleasure. Natasha, where are you? Are you? Yeah, so thank you, Natasha. I want to thank you for providing us with the soup. We also have Flawless Eats Bakery that provided us with the cookies. I want to thank Painted by Petal, which provided us with the banner. Gaga Bel Posé, who is going to be performing for us later. You guys know Gaga Bel Posé? Yes. And then some people who really supported this breakfast by supporting financially. In addition to City Councilor, our City Council President Ed Flynn, we have Donald Alexis, Jacques Daddy Jean, who I have not seen yet, but Jacques Daddy Jean, the Red Sox Foundation, Dave Friedman was here from the Red Sox Foundation, so I want to thank them as well. And Herbie Duvernay from the Windwalker Group. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you, it would not be possible. I would also, of course, like to say a hello to Brian Kincannon, who is here from the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti, who we know as an ally and colleague and really a combatant in the work of creating a better and more just Haiti. Brian, where are you? Just say hello. Thank you. Okay, so it's time for me to bring up my next speaker, which is me. I am so happy to have all of you here today. I want to thank God for giving us really good weather. God must be Haitian. Just kidding, God has no tribe, He's for all of us, okay? And last but not least, I showed up here at 10:20 when so many of you were already here. I just walked in here. This would not have been possible without my incredible staff. The woman right here taking photos, Hoden Ahashi, who is my Chief of Communications and Community Outreach. We have flowers for you because you're so amazing. My sister's gonna give you flowers. And to my Chief of Staff, Emily Poston, who is amazing, as you know, just thank you. I cannot begin to tell you how incredibly honored I feel to be here with all of you to celebrate our heritage, our history, and our flag. Not only are we here celebrating 18 Mai, Flag Day, but we are also celebrating Haitian Heritage Month. One thing on May 20th is also the birthday of Toussaint Louverture. We celebrate Haitian Mother's Day on the last Sunday of the month. So really this month holds a lot of meaning for a lot of us. Just a side note, the USS Constitution Museum in Charlestown has some of the original writings from Toussaint Louverture. So if you ever want to go, and we're going to try to organize something to help folks go and see that. But our history is here. This breakfast, as has been said, is a tradition that has been happening for years, except for the last two because of COVID. Before that, other city councilors, friends of the Haitian community, have hosted this breakfast. And for that, we are grateful. But as I've said, this is the first time a Haitian American is hosting it. And I am thankful to so many of you who made that possible. I don't know about you, but that's a beautiful thing. Belle bagay net. We gather here today to celebrate our flag, Rouge et Bleu, 18 Mai for Haitian Flag Day. It's the most celebrated holiday in Haiti, right? January 1st is, to me, I think that's our most important holiday, but the most celebrated, the most joyful is today. And it's celebrated not only in Haiti, but in the diaspora around the world. We celebrated the creation of our flag, and with it, our revolution that brought our people to freedom and set the precedent for slave uprisings in the United States and other places. It is said that in 1803, one of the leaders of the revolution, Jean-Jacques Denis, cut apart the French flag with his sword, the red, white, and blue flag, demonstrating his desire to break away from France. He gave the pieces to his goddaughter, Catherine Flon, a seamstress, who stitched them back together while leaving out the central white strip. The colors of the new flag took on a racialized meaning. Cutting out the white, the blue and red stripes represented a union between the black and mulatto citizens of Haiti. Today, we carry the flag and its meaning with us everywhere we go. I was born in Boston. Mattapan, stand up. FYI, Haitians are only allowed to live in Hyde Park in Mattapan. I tried to move to Roxbury, and my parents were like, huh? Even though I was born here, my father, who is jumping around here somewhere, made my sisters and myself speak, read, and write in Haitian Creole. We'd have weekly meetings where we would read Timalis and Buki. They were our best friends. It felt like a chore then, but today I'm grateful for those moments because I can speak Creole, even though my Creole can be a bit Americanized. You know what I love to say? Même le lang la lou, lang la la. Right? All right. I carry the flag and my Creole with me every day when I walk into Boston City Hall. I'm grateful for the trailblazing women who come before me, former State Senator Linda Dorcena Forry and former State Representative Marie St. Fleur. And now I've only been on the job for 4.5 months, and again, I would not be in this job and be able to be doing the work that I'm doing without Hoden, without Emily, without Jesse, without my interns, Izzy and Marcus. Shout out to Izzy and Marcus. And together, we've done a lot of great work, and their love for Haiti has deepened, and none of them can speak Creole, but they're learning. We've done work that's impacted and had an influence on our community, and we're fighting for the resources that we deserve. That's included helping lobby for IFSI, a Haitian-run organization, the Immigrant Family Services Institute, working with migrants to receive critical government funds. And we're convincing them that we, as Haitians and Haitian-run organizations, can solve our problems if given the resources. I've been advocating against Biden administration's racist practices of Title 42 of expelling our Haitian migrants at the border. I've helped countless of Haitian residents with housing issues, whether they live in Boston or not. I'm everyone's city councilor because I'm Haitian. I've been working with a Haitian business that was behind on rent and other operational expenses and helping them secure grant funding from the city. I've been highlighting the work of our English language learners and students with limited or interrupted formal education, like a lot of our students coming over from the border who have had interrupted education, and working to highlight the importance of our funding of those classrooms. Simply put, we've been out here doing the work. In addition to all of that, me and my team are showing up to celebrate who we are, because we as Haitians are worthy of celebrating. We are the only successful slave revolt that resulted in a free, new black republic. We are the Haitian soldiers who helped this country gain its independence in Savannah, Georgia during the Revolutionary War. We are W.E.B. Du Bois, the Black intellectual, thinker, and writer. We are the founder of Chicago, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. We are Naomi Osaka. We are Wyclef Jean. We are Pierre Gaston. We are so many who we know and who we don't know. Our contributions to the world, this country, and this city are immeasurable. Current events, news of violence, meddling by foreign powers, and economic conditions in Haiti can make us forget that we are much more than a headline. We are a resilient people who fought 13 hard years to overthrow oppression and slavery. We took that resiliency and we traveled to foreign lands and we settled in pole cities and we became nurses assistants and we became cab drivers and we dreamed for our kids to be engineers and doctors and professors. We have always done the impossible and the difficult, and we deserve to be celebrated. I look out at this crowd and I see so many points of pride. Michel started doing the call out, but I see Jessica Pierre, okay? Chief Communications Director, Bibiana Malor. I don't know if Gali Zizi has made it, but Gali Zizi, Benajek Adodis, Ambassador Pilar, Superintendent Crispin, who was going to be here but last minute couldn't be here. So many of our pastors and community leaders. The list goes on. One of the most important things for me is I want you all to know who is in the room. So I want to make sure that you introduce yourselves to everyone. But I want to do a roll call here, okay? So bear with me here. Raise your hand if you were born in Haiti. Raise your hand if you were born in the United States. Okay? Raise your hand if you speak Creole. Raise your hand if you're Haitian, maybe don't speak Creole, but still rep your country. Be proud of it, it's okay, it's okay. Raise your hand if you're a Haitian, you work for the city of Boston. That's City Hall, maybe you're a teacher, you work at ISD, a firefighter. Raise your hand so they know we're here in City Hall. Raise your hand if you're in business. Raise your hand if you're in media. Raise your hand if you're in real estate or development. Where y'all at? Okay, make sure you talk to them. Raise your hand if you're in politics. Nightlife and entertainment. Eddie Furman, where are you? Okay. If you're an entrepreneur. If you're in fashion. If you make food or have a food truck or a catering business. If you're a church leader or a pastor. If you're a lawyer or a doctor. I see you right there. If you're in the arts. So the point of this exercise is that our community, law enforcement. So the point of this exercise, can everyone hear me? The point of this exercise is that our community is abundant and beautiful and diverse and intergenerational. You know, someone said to me recently, why are you guys working so hard on this breakfast? Is it because that you are the first Haitian American City Councilor? And I said, not at all. It has nothing to do with that. You know, when I first started running and campaigning, I didn't even want to bring attention to the fact that I would be the first Haitian person. Although now I understand the significance of why it's important to center that. We deserve to be celebrated. The reason that I worked hard on this breakfast is simple. I want us to be able to gather intergenerationally. I want us to know each other and I want us to build our power. We deserve to have spaces where we can gather across generations. I really care about us coming together as a collective unit. I want us to realize that l'union fait la force and what that means in practice. I don't care about the things that often divide us, about who doesn't get along with whom. Honestly, I just pas tabuli. Parce que c'est pas pour ça moi là. Alright? I don't care about who did what to who or who gets the credit, because all of those things are distractions. They are all distractions. from the work that we must do to build our power as a Haitian community. There is nothing we cannot do when we band together. Our forefathers taught us that. Think about what that must have been like for 13 years. Going up against a superpower and knowing that it was hard, but you were fighting every single day for your freedom. If our forefathers did that, there's nothing we can't do. So yes, we deserve to be celebrated, and we also owe it to ourselves to make space for everyone in our community. Everyone who was on the roll call, we all belong. This is not about me, this is about us. Look at the Haitian power in this space right now. Look at the beauty, the beautiful blackness in this space right now. Imagine what is possible when we work together. I want you to look at your neighbor. I grew up in the church. Look at your neighbor and say, just imagine. Imagine it. We can and we must celebrate each other, believe in each other, support each other. We must truly believe that the blood of the revolutionary spirit of Toussaint Louverture runs in our veins. And we can overthrow anything that shackles us when we come together. And why is that? Just look at our flag. What does it say? L'union fait la force. What does it say? What does it say? Thank you everyone for this breakfast, and I appreciate having all of you here. Thank you.
I'm asking the members of the board of ITIA to join me. And I want to also to acknowledge the colossal work that Immigrant Family Service Institute has been doing through the director, Dr. Joel Gabo, who does not sleep, to welcome close to 3,000 Haitian immigrants here and connecting them with all the services. And we want to thank the state legislature for voting the Haitian migrants to be able to do that. We also want to thank the legislature for passing, for the first time, this milestone bill, the driver license bill. Okay, it will be law. We praying unto God for the governor to sign it into law. We are waiting. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. So today is a historic day just for the Commonwealth and historic day for the Haitian diaspora. For 200 years, if I'm not mistaken, the city of Boston has been incorporated. Am I right? 200 years, right? So, right? So we have for our first Haitian elected to the city of Boston, added as a councilor at large, Councilor Louijeune. And we are so grateful to God and so grateful to the community. And we have something that I'm going to ask my combatant to do for me.
Wonderful, thank you, Pastor Kiki. Hello everyone. I need your attention for this one. The ones who are in the back, please, let's pay attention. Because we need you to pay attention to this. All right? Ask all the ones in the back for me, because this is important. Linda, if you don't mind joining us, Linda, please come. Because what we are doing is very symbolic, but very important. And again, Councilor Ruthzee just said, it is important for us to celebrate those who are among us. And then when we look at Ruthzee, we look at all of the young girls who are in our community. Where's Milan? Milan, you should be, Reverend Milan, please join us. We look at all of the young people who are in our community, who are looking for some role models. And then when we look at Ruthzee, we look at those young girls, we can say, yes, of course we can. Because we have someone who is paving the way for them. Let's clap for Ruthzee Louijeune. Ruthzee, we thank you. We have Miss America Elizabeth, please join us as well. Yes, so we thank you, Ruthzee, for your leadership. We thank you for being who you are. A young Haitian American woman who is so proud of your heritage. And today, it is a pleasure for all of us, leaders who have been here for X number of years, to recognize you officially as our role model and as the role model for all of young people. And again, let's put our hands together to thank Ruthzee.
Ruthzee has a lot of problems. She has her hands full because the Haitian community is beyond the walls of the city of Boston. Yes. You also represent us in every single corner of the state.
Yes. With this, on the 18th, we're going to see you in Everett, raising the flag. And then in Boston, raising the flag. So you are in trouble. Yes. We're going to multiply you.
Brianna Milor, the chief. It's Brianna. To bear with us, we are waiting for a few words.
So that was a surprise that they stole my thunder, because I was going to say, because it's important to celebrate today, there are so many members in the Haitian community that I want to celebrate. But they got in before me. So don't go too far. Don't go too far, Dr. Gabo. So I want to take this opportunity to celebrate so many in our community who have been doing the work every single day to show up for Haitian migrants, Haitians around the city of Boston. And the first citation I have goes to the Immigrant Family Services Institute. Your relentless work and advocacy on behalf of Haitians and all migrants, and for your vaccination efforts, we are so, so grateful for you. So thank you so much. Thank you. The next person is Louijeune. Want to recognize you with official citation for your work with bringing Haitian American Artists Association of Massachusetts, bringing the first all-women Haitian art exhibit to City Hall. Next up is for, we've heard about him quite some time for tonight, but this morning, but Rina Auguste, for your work in strengthening Haitian culture and identity in the city of Boston, your work on Haitian Americans United and the Haitian American Parade. Next, and this is a fun one, I don't know if he's going to come up, this is a test. The next one is for the reason why I am able to be a proud Haitian woman is because of my father. So I want to bring up my father, Ruthzee Louijeune, for all that he's done to make sure me and my sisters be proud of who we are in our culture. He may not come up. This is the thing. Is he coming? Next up is for Forry for her work with light work events, for creating spaces where young Haitian Americans and others can socialize and give back to community. Farah? up is Gourmet Creole. If you don't know Gourmet Creole, their truck is right there. They've done so much work to bring Haitian cuisine to the wider Boston community. And we have with us Natalie here, Natalie Lecor. So Natalie, if you're here. Oh, she's serving. Oh, okay. Oh, there she is. I knew the truck was not open. Next up, we have the mother of the Haitian community. There are no other words I need to say. Gertrude Delsoin. Gertrude. Next, we have Eddie Furman of Savor for creating gathering spots for Haitians and Black folks here in the city of Boston. He is the only Black-owned night lounge and restaurant in downtown Boston. So Eddie.
Okay, my job here is done.
Thank you. And there are two more, but they unfortunately could not make it. One for, if you have not been to Gourmet Fish in Hyde Park, check out that restaurant. It is run by a young Haitian woman who's introducing culinary dishes with a Haitian flair to the greater community. So I want to shout her out. And one more who could not be here is Philaine Deronette, who is with 1199 SEIU. She's been doing a lot of work for union members to advocate for the needs of the Haitian community. Sorry, there are two more. On Inauguration Day, when I was inaugurated, myself and Jessica Pierre were donned in wonderful, wonderful fashion, and we would not have done that without Joëlle Wendy Fontaine of I Am Creole. Okay? We're doing phenomenal work. Your brick and mortar is opening today. Next week, Bow Market in Somerville. Check it out. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous shop. So to you, Joëlle, thank you. Joëlle, what's your name? And last but not least, we have the first Haitian woman to be named Miss Massachusetts, Elizabeth Pierre.
There are patties?
Yes. Hey,
how you doing?
This is Denis.
So this is no patties. Yes. No patties.
Hello, lady.
How are you? Good to see you. Hi.
How are you?
Magic happens.
Might investigate these patties. They over there.
Thank you. Take your seat for a moment.
If I can have everyone take their seats for a moment, we're going to close out soon, but I want everyone to take their seats. is on a very tight schedule. So if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Okay, without further ado, I want to bring up our mayor. She has been doing incredible work and cares deeply about the Haitian community, which is so deeply reflected in her staff. So without further ado, Mayor Michel.
I'm just here to say hello and thank you, and so honored to serve alongside Councilor Ruthzee Louijeune and to be representing this incredible community. We are going to be back in force this weekend, and so I look forward to seeing everyone at the parade. I missed the soup this year though, so Natasha's going to make sure to catch me up a little bit, but thank you so much. Good to see everyone.
Thank you, everyone, I just want to thank everyone for coming to this wonderful event. I hope to see everyone next year, because this is just the beginning for the work that we have to do some community building. We are supposed to have La Belle Posée close us out. They're on their way, and we'll be... No, they're here. Oh, La Belle Posée, come on out.